Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We are joined today by the gorgeous Tony from UKGE, who's going to be telling us all about what people can expect to see at the show this year, the magnificent return in full force in 2023.
I'm still stuck on the gorgeous, to be perfectly honest. That swept my feet away there, Gerry.
That's what we're aiming for.
Right, let's cut to the important bit. £1,000 shopping spree, Tony.
Yes, we are. So, look, welcome back to UK Games Expo this year. Gerry's quite right. We feel that this is now the complete return.
Yes.
We have sort of, clawed our way out of the primordial slime, back to normality. And to celebrate that, we've got £1,000 per day. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, you can win £1,000 shopping spree at UK Games Expo. So all you have to do is attend the show. And on Friday, there'll be a number of points around the hall where you can take a selfie.
Yep.
You upload it to your Instagram account.
Yep.
With a public profile so that we can see it.
Yep.
And we will then draw all of those names off. And then if you turn up at the stage, I think it's going to be 1 o'clock. We will draw from those people for the day. If you're the winner, I will then get out my debit card.
Ooh.
And we will personally take a personal shop around with you, and you can spend £1,000 at the show. So just for legal reasons, you're not getting £1,000 cash.
Yes.
But you can spend £1,000 at the show and we'll foot the bill. And if you don't win Friday, come back Saturday.
And try again.
Try it again.
Yeah.
Take another photograph. You may be a winner. £1,000. Can you imagine how much stuff? So I would save a little section of that for the pack and post so you can get it home.
Yeah. Tony, I'm just sitting here imagining running around with your debit card.
I imagine security be very tight on the doors to make sure they don't go just herring out on the way.
The places I would go to spend on that debit card.
It will be like having an extra child.
Yeah.
Because that's what my children would do as well.
Yeah.
But, I mean, look, £1,000, you could buy 4 or 5 sets of dice.
That is very true. I think it'll be quite pricey. Are there any limits on where they can spend it? So there's things like the bring and buy is massive there. I know that.
You can't spend it in the bring and buy because the bring and buy is cash only.
So it's
all right.
It's
it's all the trade stands. Okay. So and there are over 500 this year trade stands to pick from. So if you can't pick from that, then basically you've
got a problem.
Yeah, there are some issues. Yeah, if you really think you've got to dip into the bring and buy. Then, but now, if you've won £1,000, then you can spend your own cash in the bring and buy just to make the pile up.
Yeah, that's true. 500 stands of exhibitors.
Yeah.
From 30 different countries.
30 different countries.
We're not going to ask you to name them.
Yeah.
England.
I'm imagining England's in there, Scotland,
Wales. Yeah. And then some others.
And others.
America.
This is the biggest show so far, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. I can say that. So 2019 was the biggest show we had.
Yeah.
2020 was gearing up. Then there was
an issue.
A problem.
Yeah.
And we've been growing back each year since.
Yeah.
Can absolutely say. So in terms of attendees and in terms of exhibitors, this will be the largest UK Games Expo ever with the greatest variety. And what I really love, we have got loads of those small indie traders.
Yeah.
Yeah, loads of guys bring in games that they clearly developed through COVID. Now at that point ready to either kickstart or they're on the stand to buy. So if you love that sort of indie feel, there's going to be like several hundred of those. If you like, and then at the other end of the scale, so for the first time, we've got Wizards of the Coast coming, actually coming as Wizards of the Coast to do D&D 5th edition stand. We've got Tomy, who have apparently have got a real range of board games, so both family and others. So it's great to see Tomy there. We've got Hasbro coming as Avalon Hill.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Avalon Hill? I mean, you're both in terms of those those little counters,
strategic hex map games and all of that,
yeah, which they developed then into a lot of computer games, didn't they? And so Avalon Hill are going to be there, and then you've got Games Workshop, so we've got all of those larger companies coming in, and right down through to people who've got a 4 square meter stand, enough for a table, a chair, and a coffee, and their game. And I really encourage you, if you're coming to the expo, take the time to go round those, because you'll find some real gems, don't you? I mean, you guys are doing that.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of it, is the new blood that is constantly coming through in UK Games Expo, and then they have the press event on the Thursday night where they can talk to the likes of ourselves and stuff there. But then wandering around the hall, you just find some real gems. And that's where a lot of your breakthrough games will be coming from.
We've got plenty of history of people coming in, doing their prototype in the playtest zone, then coming back the following year with a production copy where they've scraped together enough to make a production copy, and they're selling it. And then 2-3 years later, they've got 20 square meters, and they've got 3 or 4 games are on show, and they've managed to sell into distributors. So, that whole journey is there, and actually it's great to walk through it with them. And and be part of that journey. And as gamers, especially coming and go into the playtest zone, giving comment and feedback on their early production, and then seeing 2-3 years later what you said has actually been incorporated into the game. That's one of the great things about gaming, is that ability to be part of it. It's not like buying a tin of beans or a television. You have an opportunity to input and to talk with the people who make this stuff, and they listen. Because that's how they make better games.
Well, for anybody in gaming, this is your key opportunity. Certainly, I know I felt this way. And last year I had my family there, and they very much felt this. It's your one big opportunity in the year to completely immerse yourself in all aspects of gaming.
Yes.
So, there are games to play. If you don't win the £1,000, you can still go around and spend all your money in the place. So
they will accept it.
You can buy loads of stuff. There's tournaments there. There's stuff for the kids to do, introductory games. You can sit and play games that are not out yet. You can play games that have been out. It's incredible. And then there's gaming all night. In the hotels, there's venues that'll be running gaming right into the night, where you can sit and play what you want.
You can play in Hall 3 of the NEC till near midnight, and the hotels, the Hilton especially, we've got over 1,500 to 2,000 gaming spaces there, and all the role-playing games that happen in the Hilton, and tournaments. You mentioned tournaments. So one of the great things, whatever your level of engagement is, there are some people who like to play a game and it's a family affair or with friends. And then there are people who want to test their mettle. They want to go, how good am I actually at this? Yes, I can beat my mate, and I've beaten him 78 times over 4 years. But what's it like if I actually step into one of these tournaments?
It's a great leveler, because at that point you find out where you're sitting. And it's, just because you're planting everybody in your immediate gaming group, it's not necessarily a good indication of where you sit on that spectrum when you suddenly rock up and find other people.
I have great respect for anybody who enters any tournament, because, I used to play Magic the Gathering tournaments. And I remember that Swiss-style effect, and I knew by about 2 in the afternoon I would be at the bottom table with my mate Jez. But the thing is, you're going to find out, and it's going to be definitive, because there's going to be a number.
You always need to submarine. You lose your first game, so you drop
you
down.
Get your easy calls, and then
you can just finish. And then you finish mid-table. It's all fine.
I just submarine and kept going.
I want to run through some of the names here, because a lot of you guys at home will be the ears will be picking at this. So Atomic Mass are bringing. There's tournaments for Legion, Armada, X-Wing, and Marvel Crisis Protocol. Bandai will be there with with One Piece, Digimon, Dragon Ball. There's Catan, Carcassonne, Seven Wonders, Terraforming Mars, Great Western Trail, Azul, Ticket to Ride. Good grief. Then GW, they have Underworlds and Kilting tournaments taking place there. For the British Historical Games guys, the British Historical Society, so any of the historical gamers, if you fancy doing the DBMM, it's there. L'Art de la Guerre.
In 2 sizes as well.
15 mil and 25 mil. 25 mil poser scale, by the way.
Very true.
Epic Armageddon is there. And then there's the Bolt Action are having the Battle of Britain GT.
Yeah.
There is a gazillion different.
That's a real
big spread of different kinds of tournaments and stuff going on.
And that's different for this year from where we've built back. The tournaments are now pretty much filling Hall 3.
Yeah.
And I mean, some of the highlights there. Catan is the UK national qualifier.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't qualified, you can qualify on the Saturday. It's an open event, and then you can play in the UK nationals. If you win that, then you're going to get all expenses trip paid to the Worlds.
Ooh.
Yeah?
That is exciting, yeah.
One Piece, which is, that manga juggernaut.
Yeah.
This is their new collectible card game. So this will be some of the first opportunities to really play it, and especially in competition.
Yeah.
So we're really looking forward to that from Bandai, and they always get, great attendance. I mean, their Dragon Ball event's very big. Their Digimon. So there's some chances here both to play and to win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So again, but if you want to play in a board game tournament, you don't have to be winning everything. They're great fun to play. So if you've got your favourite tournament, board game here, if you love Terraforming Mars, you love Ticket to Ride.
Yeah.
Really easy game to learn and enjoy. Have a go. You might win.
Yeah.
You'll get a little certificate and trophy. And
depending on the game as well, there's a whole range of sort of access points. So there's 1-day tournaments, there's 2-day tournaments, there's
half a day
casual gaming sort of ones as well. So Conquest, I think, have got both a single evening casual game and at least a 1-day tournament. I think maybe even 2-day tournament for the larger game for Last Argument of Kings. So there's a whole slew of games. If you want to go for the whole weekend and just do nothing but game, just veg in the tournament area, you could do that, or you can just go, I fancy doing 1 day, I'll do the Saturday, and then Sunday gives me a chance to run around.
If you just want to play games, the open gaming area, which there are thousands of seats, there's a board game library, so that you can, for I think it's £10 or £20 deposits, you get your money back. You can borrow from the board game library, which has doubled in size this year. So last year we had to split it between the Hilton and the NEC. We've got a board game rental company, which their name has slipped my mind. I don't know what it is, but if you look it up, and they'll be branded that. But they're bringing 700 board games. They're going to run the one at the Hilton,
right?
Which means we've then now got 1,000 plus, nearly 1,300 games in the NEC.
Yeah.
So you can borrow those, play those with friends, strangers. You can demo all weekend, so you don't have to go competitive. You can just go fun if you want. But the key is come, game, enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I highly recommend if you've been in miniature wargaming, for example, for any length of time now, and you've never had a crack at a tournament, you really should just to experience it, the opportunity to meet a bunch of people and play competitively and really have a go.
And they're still really friendly as well.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, you get into that tournament vibe. Yes, you're going to murder the other person and all of their army.
Yeah.
However,
it's so much fun.
But at the end of that, there will be long discussions over what happened. That sort of shared experience of rubbish dice rolls or bad decisions It really is worth it. You should try it at least once in your life. Give it a go.
One of the other big things from UK Games Expo, certainly these recent years, has been some of the big guests that have been at it. We had Steve Jackson, Ian Livingstone, Sir Ian,
as he insists on being there.
This year, though, another first-time big guest, Luke Gygax.
Yes. Really excited about this. We met him in Gen Con, and we've been having discussions. He's done a great article for the program. I mean, I have to admit, we did have to get him to trim it a little bit. It was 9 pages. Luke does like a chat.
Yes.
So, and I said, well, no, that's more than we can fit. So he's trimmed it down. But Luke is coming, of course, son of Gerry Gygax, founder and maker of D&D. Not only has he done an article, he'll be doing an interview on stage with you guys.
Absolutely,
about growing up in the D&D household. He's got some great stories there. And you've got some extra because we cut them out the article.
Oh, great.
So things not heard before. You're not in the programme. He's also going to run some exclusive D&D sessions.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be fascinating.
And you've all got a chance to take part in that. Because rather than just selling the tickets, which would go bang like that, we're going to bring them on and you can enter like a draw. So you'll have an equal chance of getting a seat at the table with Luke Gygax, and that has got to be.
That's role-playing royalty right there. If it wasn't for his dad, I don't think most of us would be in this hobby. They've got a lot to answer for, I think.
It really does.
Oh, absolutely.
And for any of you guys who, for whatever reason, aren't going to make it to UK Games Expo this year, remember, we will be live streaming the entire weekend. So we will bring you the best and the brightest that we can. We can never replicate the show entirely, but we'll bring the best and the brightest that we can so that you can enjoy from.
And we've got a lot more going on the main stage this year with you guys.
Going on the main
lots
stage,
of people shut up and sit down. No rolls barred.
Royal Britannia, I think, are going to be doing a playthrough as well. So,
yes, there's all sorts, and so I think that stage and that stream again. I think every year you do a great job, and I think it's going to be better this year as well as things.
Really looking forward to it. Look. UK's largest gaming extravaganza. Luke Gygax is going to be there. There's more tournaments than you could shake a stick at. 250 different role-playing games. And you could spend your money in like over 500 different
25,000 square meters of buying opportunity.
Yes.
And that's before you go into the world's biggest gaming bring and buy.
There you go.
And we haven't even mentioned Kill Team Laser Tag.
Oh,
yes.
Which is going to be exciting and new. So if the board game isn't enough for you, you could actually jump straight in and run about with the laser rifle. And
run by GW themselves. They've brought all their kit. There'll be smoke. We know that because the NEC was so happy. Can we flood this part of the arena with smoke? And they went, what sort of smoke? But we said, well, it's essential to the atmosphere of shooting people in the face.
Absolutely.
So that looks like it's really exciting. I am negotiating at the moment with GW that we probably need to do a test run on the Thursday for health and safety.
Happy to help with that, by the way. Happy to help with that.
Happy to shoot you.
See how this is going to break down in the future anyway.
Right, well, we will be getting Tony back on again to talk about more, because we're not finished yet. There will be loads more happening at UK Games Expo. We'll get Tony back to chat about that. But yeah, for the gamers among you, you want to be there. Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.